Today is April 15th, 2020, and every day is an interesting day. It's a good day. I'm happy. I'm having my green tea and breakfast, and I'm just thinking about all of the nonsense that's going on and the things that people subscribe to on a daily basis. For example, Barr and Durham, and how they're gonna drop the hammer, so to speak, and how they're going to get the bad guys, the boogeymen, the Peter Strzok's and the Lisa Pages and the Jim Comey and the Hillary Clintons and on, and the Obamas and on and on and on. It's not going to happen. What I'm witnessing is analogous to a horse, a carrot being dangled in front of a horse. And people will continue to allow that analogy, allow that horse chasing that carrot, or a better one is the dog chasing its tail, because that's all that's happening. The dog will chase its tail, but it will never catch it. The horse will attempt to get the carrot, but it won't get it. It's just meant to entice him and, just give him something to do. Just fill his mind up with stuff, unnecessary stuff that isn't serving him. The worry about people being arrested when they're not affecting your life in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, there's bad people out there that do bad things right in front of your face if you're paying it any attention. But is what they're doing really affecting your life? Is it bringing you pain? Or are you bringing yourself pain by watching it and being angered over something that you can't control? Because in life, the only thing you can control is yourself. You cannot control anyone. You can't even control your dog. My dog barks when the mailman comes. I can't stop him from doing that, and frankly, I wouldn't want him to stop. It's instinctive. It's what animals do. It's what a dog does. Really, if you sat back and thought about it, he's alerting you to someone coming to the home that he is not familiar with. I think that's a great thing. I don't want to stop him from doing that. But I somewhat digress. The point in all of this is you're chasing smoke. Bill Durham, or whatever his name is, and this Barr and Durham. Barr's put out there, he says these things and talks about this stuff to get you riled up and excited at the right time. Some might say the wrong time. He's out there giving interviews to that woman that's constantly talking over people and not giving them an opportunity to make their point. Just a really stupid person, in my humble opinion. Just really stupid. Laura Ingraham, that's her name. He's out there giving her interviews during a quote unquote pandemic. A lot of people are focusing their time on how they're going to get money to buy food, how they're going to take care of themselves when this is all said and done. Not about FISA. FISA is not relevant to my life. I'll never encounter FISA. I don't do anything that would put me in a position where I would have to be investigated by FISA. And likely you aren't either. That's good tea. So, no, Bill Barr and this Durham character are just put out there to appease you, to make you feel good. If that's what makes a person feel good. If that's what makes you feel good, then you're not living life. But that's what it's there for. And it's there to keep Trump, in office, so that he can continue to do what he does, whatever he's doing. which if you were paying closer attention, you might know, but instead you're off on these, down these rabbit holes, chasing indictments and whatnot, and keeping count of indictments, and you're not looking at the big picture. And frankly, I don't even pay attention to what Donald Trump is doing, because he's not affecting my life either. I do watch the news, these virus task force people, just so I know what's going on. Even though I can pretty much guess, if I just sat and thought about it, I really don't even need to watch that. And some might say it's entertaining because he's poking fun at these reporters and, jabbing them and getting Jim Acosta. Well, Donald Trump doesn't have to point to Jim Acosta for a question. He does it because he enjoys insulting and, being mean. That's the only thing I can come up with. There is no other reason. Jim Acosta is not saying anything worthwhile, but neither is Donald Trump. I mean, it's a game, and he enjoys it. He enjoys the negativity. That's why he goes out into that lion's den, as he might define it, and answers questions from these brainless people that call themselves journalists. If I were out there asking questions, I would be asking the ones that matter, not about ventilators. These ventilators are a joke. They're not a joke for people that need them. That's not what I'm saying. But the whole ventilator thing is a joke. New York City needing 40,000 ventilators for something that's, I mean, a ventilator is something you don't want to be on. You don't want a ventilator in your life. You don't want a ventilator in your family's life. You don't want a ventilator in your friend's life. You want to steer clear of a ventilator. But I digress. Bill Durham, whatever his name is, we'll just use the last names because I don't know these people's names, to be honest. Durham and Barr and Durham, they're not doing anything. I want you to come back to this video in 2 or 3 years and see if Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama have been put in prison. No. Because they're doing the same things that anybody else in politics is doing. Now, not all of them are doing that. Some of them are actually doing their job, whatever that may be. A good portion of them aren't. A lot of them are dinosaurs. They've been there for years. And they've just made money. Barely legally. But nevertheless, it probably was legal. By their rules and their laws and whatnot. It's probably okay. I mean, there was a scandal that just poof, it disappeared. There were a few, I don't know if they were Congress people or senators, to be honest. Maybe a mix of both. And they cashed in prior to the markets crashing over this quote-unquote pandemic. So, will anything happen to them? No. But do I care? No. I don't know what kind of lives those people lead. Money is paper. It's paper. It's computer. It's numbers you type into a computer and voila, there's numbers. I'm not hating on anybody that has money. I don't care, because money isn't everything. And if you are looking at them because you think that their money makes their lives better, or they're better looking, or they have access to better health care. No, because your health care is dependent on you. That lies at your feet. That is in your hands. You can have good health care if you took care of yourself, if you didn't drink, you didn't do drugs. You know, I'm a matter of fact kind of person, and I just view things like you make decisions in life. I've made poor decisions in life and I've had to suffer the consequences, and I learned from them. But there are consequences to the things that you do. And so if you're not taking care of your body, then your body won't take care of you. So no, they don't have any better, they don't have a Cadillac health care. No. They can go to a doctor just like you can go to a doctor. Okay, somebody says, well, they have 5-star doctors. I don't know that, do they? A doctor is a doctor. And frankly, they don't know half the time anyway. So there you go. They don't have better health care than you. Well, they have more money than me. Okay, well, do they? Are you able to pay your bills and live your life and enjoy the things that you enjoy doing, like the theater and a baseball game? I would suggest that they have a less fun time because they're recognizable. That's not a life I want to lead. But their money is not getting them anything more special than your money. Their money isn't special. Nobody's is. You're still able to do things. Well, they can get on a private jet. Well, you could get on a private jet if you really wanted to. That private jet is taking them to a destination. You can go to a destination. You get what I'm saying? You get the picture? Those people are at the same level as you and me. They're not special. They're not special. So, Barr and Durham aren't doing anything. They're just put out there and they come out and make their little statements from time to time, and there's nothing more to it. So try to consider that and move on and enjoy life, and get ready to get back out there and do the things that you loved, or maybe change things up. I don't know. Learn a lesson from this COVID-19 pandemic, quote unquote. Learn a lesson.